Hi, I'm Fiona and this is Michael from Flex Sports Physiotherapy in Melbourne CBD, and we just wanted to share a little video with you about home office ergonomics because a lot of people are all of a sudden finding themselves working from home and maybe don't have the optimal setup, so just wanted to share a few tips for you. So if you do have a separate a monitor and then keyboard and mouse, just making sure that the monitor is set up at the right height for you. So normally what we suggest when you're looking at a monitor, the top third of the screen should be at about eye height. So ideally if you've got someone that can eyeball you side on and maybe tell you if you need to put a ream of paper or some books underneath. And same thing if you're using, especially if you're using a laptop, we'd encourage you to prop that up on some books and then use a separate keyboard and mouse. Otherwise we tend to find we sit in a very slumped position with the head down and forward when just working off a laptop. So in terms of position, ideally we don't want armrests on the chair because they usually stop us getting in close enough to the table. So if you can remove the armrests or just drop them down out of the way. And when we're sitting, we want sort of maybe up to about a 10 centimetre gap between our chest or belly and the table, just so that you're in reasonably close. And then the keyboard and mouse should be only about 10 centimetres away from the edge of the desk. So ideally trying to avoid leaning over documents that you might be reading and stretching out, because that just puts a bit more strain on the shoulders. So if you do work looking at documents a lot, use a recipe holder or a clipboard just to prop it up so that they're more at eye height. The other big thing is to make sure that you have adequate foot support. So if you are a little bit shorter and your feet aren't reaching the ground, just using either a footrest or some books underneath your feet so that they're not hanging down towards the ground. The bottom should be at the back of the chair and using the lumbar support or the support of the chair to find that comfortable natural curve. If you don't have a proper office chair at home and say working off the dining table, maybe try and grab a cushion off the couch and just place that behind your back for a little bit more lumbar support. Hope that helps with some home ergonomic tips for those that find themselves working from home.